So people say that, oh, we want to become like Sanjeev Kapoor. I said, don't become like Sanjeev Kapoor, become better. Don't just follow, lead. Leadership comes from risk-taking ability.
ஊட்டச்சத்துக்கள் நிறைந்த பிசுபிசுப்பில்லாத சன்லேண்ட் ரிஃபைன் சன்ஃப்ளவர் ஆயில். குறைந்த விலை, நிறைந்த தரம். தங்கள் தேவைகள் அனைத்தும் ஒரே இடத்தில். ஜெயச்சந்திரன்.
Making and teaching, can a person be so successful all these years?
If you're ensuring success of someone, your success is guaranteed. So I was never worried about my success. When people are cooking at home in their kitchen, they would succeed with whatever they cook. So I made sure that they succeeded. There were secrets in cooking. Everyone, all the recipes, chefs, everyone, they would keep it close to their heart. And they say, oh, this is a secret. So they would not teach. And in some sense, it was frustrating. You want to learn, you are new, you are hungry to learn, and all the doors are closed. Friends, not from this industry, who would say that, Arey, you create your own competition, you are creating more people. I said, no, it's not. Whatever I have learned, I share it like this. Now, I have nothing. Now, when I have nothing more, I want to have more, so now I learn more. So this morning on a flight right next to me was Governor of RBI, and I was so excited because I'm a banker's son. He knows me, who am I, and before we left, he says, please take my number, we'll get together. It is not something that you have to ask. You give unconditionally, things come back to you without even asking. Why are you worried about your career? You would get into IIT, you will do this, what is your problem? And you know what, it's good to know in films it happens, love at first sight. But in real life, it's not that easy. Right from my childhood, if everyone is going this way, I'll go this way. Oh. My first house that I bought in Mumbai, this was in Juhu scheme. Like where Mr. Bachchan was 200 meters away from where I had taken. Any negativity that's thrown at me actually reaches the person who throws at me. So I never get it. So people say that, oh, we want to become like Sanjeev Kapoor. I said, don't become like Sanjeev Kapoor, become better. Don't just follow, lead. Leadership comes from risk-taking ability, exploring new things, explore. But
I think எல்லாருக்குமே இவரை பிடிக்கும். இவரை தாண்டி எல்லாரோட சமையலும் இவரை ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும் அப்படின்னு தான் சொல்லணும். So yes, it's time for us to welcome Padma Shri Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor. Vanakkam sir. Hi, how are you?
Thank you very much. It's time for Samayal, I think.
Yeah, exactly, Samayal.
Yeah.
So mix of konja Tamil, konja English to get the audience
Absolutely.
over there. And yes, that's what as I said, for all these decades, you've actually been with us. Through our house, through our kitchen, cooking, everything. How is that possible?
I think it's love of people. This is what it is. It's not that I'm making any special effort. It's just that the day I started, I think with the sincerity that I started, I still show same respect to my profession. That's it. So I don't make any extra effort to do anything special.
And when we talk about, say, kitchen, that was a space, not now, but I think earlier it is like a place where it's like a women's domain. And how did you break that? And that is my place and I'm going to rule it for all these years. The one big thing which makes us to think too much is like, making and teaching, can a person be so successful all these years? And I think I'm so proud to say that one chef, India's #1 chef, has been doing for all these years. How strong way did you believe that making and teaching will pull you all these years? And today you're in Chennai too.
So I think two questions. First, you said that it's a women's domain. That how did I break into this? No, I never tried to break in. I just made through my teachings, I made women, and not just women. I think I constantly say this. Kitchen is a place. Ideally, I think anyone and everyone can be there and should be there because it's a place which builds us in the sense we are what we eat. And if we take responsibility of that place, women are better at it. They manage it better, they cook better, they're definitely better than men. So first of all, I never try to break into that domain, and I'll never ever do that. Only with my professional training, I just did some hand holding of all the women in the kitchen. I also brought in some men into the kitchen, especially home kitchen, to support the lady of the house. So my role was always to be an assistant, guide, teacher. That's it. And if you are part of someone else's success, if you are ensuring success of someone, your success is guaranteed. So I was never worried about my success. I was only making sure when people are cooking at home in their kitchen, they would succeed with whatever they cook. So I made sure that they succeeded. And I just happened to be a beneficiary of all the love that they gave it to me, which you can read as success.
Okay. And when, as you said, like success is like, see, always everyone, I think, they've got two sides. One is success and some would not be that successful. But when I said, I put that question to you earlier, by making and teaching, would you be so successful all these years and you're still not tired of it? How come?
So teachers never age, right? Teachers, they keep on teaching. Look at any teacher, right? So teaching as a profession is very noble. Teaching is something which creates a battery of students for their teachers who are always respecting their teacher. Like my teachers, for example, I may be very successful, but whenever I meet my teachers, I would go and touch their feet, right? So that's the beauty, especially in Indian context. That's what it is. So it's something which is I think so nice space to be in, that you get to teach, create a lot of followers, and then also people say you're successful.
And when you entered, you know, the earlier stages I'm talking about, but I'm sure like when Sanjeev wanted to learn something, I'm sure they wouldn't have come forward and they would have told the technicalities in and out of it. I'm sure about it. That would have been a very tough task for you. So that was a point where which made Sanjeev to like, okay, no, something which I was not able to do it, or I was not able to receive it from the other end, let me give it forward. So that was the step you started it into teaching?
Yeah,
maybe?
so actually when I first started in profession of cooking, those were the days when there were secrets in cooking. There were, right? So I heard secret.
Yeah, my show name is also
Yes.
Secrets, yes.
So, but it's not that secret you're not keeping with you, yeah? You're spreading.
Spreading.
But back then, everyone, all the recipes, chefs, everyone, they would keep it close to the heart. And they say, oh, this is a secret, so they would not teach. And in some sense, it was frustrating because you want to learn, you are new, you are hungry to learn, and all the doors are closed. So what do you do? So it's a tough task. So I made a promise to myself that this is something that I have to break, that I would open all doors. Whatever I learn, I would teach it as quickly as possible. So right from my first job, and I continue to do that. It's not only about recipes. It's not only about recipe. It's about, so today you have hundreds of celebrated chefs. I can easily say that more than, I don't even want to guess whether it's 50% or 90%, I would have personally made sure that I mentor them, I speak to them, I guide them, and my doors are always open. I would always tell them, do this, make sure you do this. So there are many friends, not from this industry, who would say that, Arey, you create your own competition, you are creating more people. I said, no, it's not creating competition. I am making sure that the guidance that I did not get, I should be able to guide whoever wants to do. So I don't have to work on my success. There are millions of people who are making sure that I succeed. Sometimes it's the viewers who I have taught, sometimes these chefs who I have mentored. So anything that I do, they're always there with me. So it's a big family that I have. So family never disappoints here.
Exactly. And what I would, from this side, when I look at it, what I feel is like, I think you believe so much in you, and you've taken your values to the level where it will be so clearly and the craft is so clear what you want to do. I think maybe that is one of your biggest strengths. You've been so successful all these years, I believe.
Probably I don't over intellectualize life, but I believe that right values are important. I believe that if you do everything right, nothing can go wrong. Actually it's not complicated. We make life complicated, but it's not. So people ask me, how has your journey been? I say, bed of roses. It's not something which is. So I actually believe that life is easy. Whatever difficulty that you see as difficult, it's learning. So see difficulty as learning, and that's it. Then it's always very easy. So it's never difficult, because if there was either it's easy or it's learning. So either you are learning, or whatever path is there, it's easy. So it's not. For me,
but the path which you have come all the way, was life easy to you? Did it treat you well?
Bed of roses.
Bed of roses. Okay. But how do you see? Because the reason why, let me give an example. Even now, even a small shop, they started to cooking, because we could see everywhere the cooking part. Every YouTubers have started. Sure. So in such case, recently also I met a person. I said that the taste was so good. I asked, what is that masala you used? And she said, like, that is a technique. If I tell you that masala, the next day you will start your own channel. You got the point. See, this is what I have a question with you.
Yeah, but they will always, they will never reach where they could or where they should. So today you book a taxi, or you order something, and they ask you to review that person, their service. Actually, they are also reviewing you, right? So they have your rating, you have their ratings, right? Same is the case with life. You are being rated for what you have done. So what is the beauty of sharing instantly and without any reservation is that whatever I have learned, I share it like this. Now, I have nothing more. I have nothing more because I have shared it, right? Now, when I have nothing more, I want to have more. So now I learn more. So now I have learned more, because, and as soon as I have learned, I have shared more. So I am always learning more. So I would move on. I would not be scared that I have given this recipe to you. You will use it, very good. But who I am, if I could create that one recipe, I'll still be ahead of you. I'll create one more recipe. I'll create more, and I'll do thousands. And there is something that you may have, you will come and say, oh, you gave this to me, what do you think of it? So with me, I believe that more you share, more you get.
Exactly. It's not just that you've been creating so many recipes, created so many students, been a big inspiration, because there was a time where all they used to say, like, the cook is coming, but now the terminology of chef, I think it's become a big brand because of the king of chef was right here with me. So how do you feel about that, sir? I think it's such a pure love from everywhere you've been getting it.
Actually, that's the biggest earning, I would say. Wherever I go, it's so heartening to see that. So this morning on a flight right next to me was Governor of RBI, and I was so excited because I'm a banker's son, and he's been doing a fabulous job. We were talking, and he says, "Oh, you have done such great work, and you have done this, and you are very popular. You are very this." I said, "Okay." He knows me, who am I, and whoop. And I was thinking that okay, maybe I'm interested in finance. I'm a banker's son. I understand numbers. I understand all that. I understand very well. I understand economy. I understand all that. So I said, should I ask him about his number or not? Does it look nice? Even because he's still governor of RBI. So before we left, he says, please take my number, we'll get together.
That's good.
So it is not something that you have to ask. You know, it's not, and that's something. If you are, it's again same thing. You give unconditionally, things come back to you without even asking. So for me, whether it's chefs, whether it is normal people at home, whether it is men, women, kids, it's young kids, 1.5-year-old kid being my fan, and I'm thinking, it's a joke, how can it be? Somebody actually is outside a hotel in Baroda, a guy is carrying some young kid, obviously his father, and oh, he saw me, sir, there's this big fan, but more than me, my son is your biggest fan, and he must not be more than 1.5 years old, if that, because you could see that he doesn't know how to speak or whatever. I'm used to this, that people sometimes, not now, earlier they would be that, oh my, this one is your fan. I said, I never get to meet direct fans, I get indirect. So I said, you know what, if you like my shows, you know, it's fine, but you have to, why do you have to say, that small kid that is your fan, be real. He said, no, I'm not joking, this is, he's a big fan. So he said, okay, I'll show you. He says, whatever, I don't remember that kid's name. Who is this uncle? Ye kaun se uncle hain? And that kid says, Ab uncle. What is this Ab uncle? He says, sir, for him, he watches your show, and whenever you add something, you say, Ab isme hum ye dalte hain. Ab, so for him, you are Ab uncle. I said, wow, so this is, before that I used to say that my fan is 8 to 80 years old. I have removed that age barrier now, I don't talk about it now.
And since you said like from banker's son to a superstar in the kitchen, that's how I should define you, I guess. So when did this actually, you got about this interest, you know, you wanted to do this. How did this interest started with you? Like?
It's a funny story. As a kid, I had no clue who a chef was. Okay. We were not the kinds who would go to places where chefs were employed back then. We knew halwai, corner halwai would make samosa, masala dosa also that Sardarji will make. So not that, so we had no clue about chef. My brother, his hobby as a child was cooking. He became a chartered accountant. I think we would play with food, but I couldn't say that my hobby as a child was cooking. How did I become a...
You seriously don't know? When was the spark happen? Like, you know, let me get into...
So, okay, so it was not spark. Okay. It was, I would say, it was in some sense destiny. It was destiny that this had to happen. So I was good in studies. I was academically very good. So everyone said that, why are you worried about your career? You would get into IIT, you will do this, what is your problem? And I said, no, this is something that I will not do, what people want me to do. I will do something which nobody in our family, neighborhood, friends, relations should be into. So I started looking at professions which were different. And that's how I came into this.
When this actually started? Because you said, no, you wanted to be away from what others had been doing.
This was probably when I was, I think, 16, 17 years old. Okay. Yeah. So that's why I don't have actually photos of my childhood with food, cooking and all. Otherwise, anybody who's done well, they always knew right from childhood what they wanted to do. Actually, no, the other reason why I don't have photographs of me cooking or anything, we didn't have a camera.
That answer I didn't expect, okay.
But that's the honest truth.
But that's the truth, yes, I do agree. I didn't think about that, yeah.
No, because it's so funny that anybody who's achieved something, you always, and I'm thinking, I say, how, maybe there's something wrong with me that I don't, but actually, real life is like that. So when I go and meet students and talk to them, I said, real life, you know what, it's good to know in films it happens love at first sight. But real life, it's not that easy. It does not know, it does not work like that. People say follow your heart, follow your passion, do what you are passionate about. I don't know what I'm passionate about. It's not, most people don't really understand these things. These are things which are good to write, they are good to speak, but in real life they complicate, they confuse real people. That, acha, what is my passion? I like to do this, I like to do this, I like to do this, but yeah, but it also has to make money. If it is profession, see, there is one thing to have a hobby and one to do as a profession, and not always both there can be a convergence. It's a
So what was from your parents' side when you said, like, you know, you've decided to do something like this, which is out of the box? What they said to you? They said like, okay, you can go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I actually, I was lucky, I would say, that, and it's not that it's just first time I had said something like this, that I'm, so right from my childhood, if everyone is going this way, I'll go this way.
Oh, okay.
So I was,
what else you've been taken this way? You tell us,
Many-
because all
many
we know
things,
about
many
you is only the
things.
cooking and many, is it?
Many things,
Okay.
many things. So even when I was doing hotel management, at that time it used to be diploma. There were only 4 institutes. Chennai had one, Delhi had one, Mumbai and Kolkata. And it used to be diploma course. So at that time, not to do a degree was something. So everyone was doing BCom. I was a science student, but you could do this through correspondence, and there was no science degree in correspondence. So my brother, who's a chartered accountant, says, you do become honors. Honors is difficult. I say, I'm not a commerce student. He says, you'll be able to do it. My brother is also smart. He says, is anybody else doing in your batch? I say, I don't think so. I said, then you should do it. I did, and I was the only one when we passed out in our college. I was the only one who had degree and diploma, because I had chosen BCom honors. Some, for their normal course, there was some dates problem. The exams did not happen. So somewhere, because of always, and there are, I'm sure, hundreds of small things. So parents were used to it. So they just asked me, are you sure? I said, I'm not sure, but I'll deal with it. It's okay. You do what you want. So they've been confident. They knew that I'll be able to manage somehow, not actually just manage. So I remember my first house that I bought in Mumbai. Housing is very, very expensive. I'm committing to buying a house, and this was in Juhu scheme, like where Mr. Bachchan was 200 meters away from where I had taken. So my dad asked me how much it is. I said this. He says, but just 2 kilometers down the line, your cousin has taken, and that's 1/4 the price, and it is almost same area. So I said, no, but this is nice area. This is Juhu to be in.
You fixed your mind.
Fix it. No, as I said, I think this is. He says, but that's much reasonable. I said, don't worry. I said, oh, okay, you've decided, so you'll manage. I said, yes.
When I say this word rejection, I'm sure everyone, it's part and parcel of everyone's life. So what would you like to tell about the rejection you faced, and how did you overcome that?
Rejection is not something which I understand very well. As I told you, I'm a science student. So anything that, rejection is negative. I'm not a negative person, I'm a positive person. If negativity comes from somewhere, it will not stick here. Newton's third law of motion states, all action has equal and opposite reaction. So that any negativity that's thrown at me actually reaches the person who throws at me. So I never get it.
There are a lot of students who want to take up this course and do it. So what is small? Don't! Come on!
Just kidding.
Okay.
Just kidding.
So what is the tips?
When I say this, there's a reason why I say this is, so people say that, oh, we want to become like Sanjeev Kapoor. I said, don't become like Sanjeev Kapoor, become better. Do something better. If I were to choose something today in this field, would I? No, I would do. There are so many other things that are more exciting. So don't just follow, lead. Leadership comes from risk-taking ability, exploring new things, explore. But if somebody wants to do this, it's all the values, what we talked about, all the boring things that you hear from your parents, what you, in your early years of learning at school and all those things, they are the most important things. That is what will create success. You know what is black and you know what is white. Don't go for gray. Decide that if this is wrong, this is wrong. That's it. Don't justify and make it right. Justification does not make a wrong right. It's just that. And it can apply to any profession, any profession. So it's simple. If you want to do it, if you don't want to do it, it'll become tough.
So everywhere there is one stop with you. Thank you, sir. Such a beautiful
Lovely.
conversation.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
ஊட்டச்சத்துக்கள் நிறைந்த பிசுபிசுப்பில்லாத சன்லேண்ட் ரிஃபைன் சன்ஃப்ளவர் ஆயில். குறைந்த விலை, நிறைந்த தரம். தங்கள் தேவைகள் அனைத்தும் ஒரே இடத்தில். ஜெயச்சந்திரன்.